Turning now to the migrant crisis, Mayor Adams in Mexico today, the first stop on his Latin American trip to find out what's driving the influx of migrants into New York.
And this comes as President Biden does a 180 of sorts by clearing the way for a section of border wall to be built. Fox 5's Chris Welch joins us now in studio. And Chris, what's the story behind that?
Well, Steve, Natasha, he claims it is because he and the White House just did not have a choice.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
Candidate Joe Biden of 2020 may be a little confused by President Joe Biden in 2023 because he and his administration just announced they are waiving federal laws in South Texas in order to allow for more border wall construction.
There's no easy way to describe this other than a flip-flop from President Biden.
That coming from a Democrat, former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Julian Castro, appearing on MSNBC. Biden says that because the money was appropriated by Republicans in 2019 for this purpose, his hands are tied.
I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't. They wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriated. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
But the answer there may not completely square with the filing posted in the Federal Registry authored by Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He writes, there is presently an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers and roads in the vicinity of the border of the United States in order to prevent unlawful entries. A discrepancy the White House press secretary was asked about.
I have not seen that full statement. We have to comply by law, and that's what we're doing at this time.
Meanwhile,
Just landed in Mexico City.
600 miles away from the border, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is completing his first full day of a fact-finding mission to Mexico and Central and South America. He says he wants to warn migrants that New York City's at capacity.
I say to those who are pursuing the American dream, it should not turn into a nightmare.
He met with officials at a shelter for women and children, visited the Basilica, and met with the Consul General. Also on his schedule, he was presented with an honorary degree and later an award. Now, Adams also met with the CEO of AT&T in Mexico. We've asked what some of that, like the CEO meeting, the award, the honorary degree, what that has to do with the migrant crisis, but we have not heard back. Also new tonight, according to the AP, the White House is planning to resume deporting migrants to Venezuela. That process expected to begin, quote, shortly. Steve, Natasha, back to you.
Thanks, Chris.